All right, so this is chapter 11, section 6, surface areas and volume of cylinders. At the end of this, you will find volume and surface area of, not cylinders, spheres. You'll find the volume and surface area of a sphere. So the surface area is 4 times the product of pi and the square of the radius. 4 times pi times the square of the radius. So when I have a problem that says, what is the surface area of a sphere with a diameter of 14? Give your answer in terms of pi. Run to the nearest square inch. The radius of the sphere is 7. The surface area is 4 pi times r squared, which is 4 pi times 7 squared. 7 squared is 49. 49 times 4 is 196. When I use a calculator, I get 615.75. So the answer is 196 pi, or about 616 square inches. All right, this is the tricky part. What is the surface area of a melon with a circumference of 18 inches? Run your answer to the nearest square inches. We know that the circumference is 18 inches. We need the radius of the sphere in order to find the surface area. So we're going to solve the formula for circumference for r, and then substitute r into the formula for surface area. So the circumference of a circle is 2 times pi times r. So we know 18 is equal to 2 times pi times r. I'm going to divide both sides by 2 pi. Then I'm going to simplify. So I know my radius is 9 divided by pi. Now that I know that, I'm going to take it over to my surface area formula. So my surface area is 4 pi times 9 over pi squared. I'm going to square the 9 and square the pi. So 9 squared is 81 pi. Let me put one more level into this. So I have pi over pi squared. That reduces down to just a pi, so that's why this pi stays. And I get 4 times 81 divided by pi. When I chug that into my calculator, we get 103.132. So to the nearest 10 square inches, the surface area of the melon is 100 inches squared. All right, that's our friend surface area. Let's talk about volume. Okay, so surface area is actually the easy formula. Usually surface area is the wonky formula and volume is the easy one. But in this case, in case of spheres, the surface area formula is the easy one, and the volume one is crazy. It is 4/3 pi r cubed. The way I remember it is units for volume is cubed, units for area is squared. Formula for area is squared, r squared. Formula for volume is r cubed. Area is the easy one, it's got just the 4. Volume is the hard one, it's got the 4/3. So that's how mentally I differentiate the two. So, volume for a sphere is the 4 pi r squared. Surface area for a sphere is 4 pi r squared. Volume for a sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. When you're doing your calculations, I multiply by 4, then divide by 3 if I'm calculating it on a calculator. So 4 divided by 3 times pi times radius cubed. So a sphere has a diameter of 60. What is its volume? To the nearest cubic inch. Thankfully, we have a nice little picture. The diameter is 60, so the radius is 30. Oops, Oh, that was a failure. Try that. 30. Complete to find the volume. So we've got 4/3 pi times 30 cubed. So if you guys, let me show you how I'm doing that on my calculator. So if I have my calculator here, I go 4 divided by 3 times pi times 30 cubed. So 30 cubed is 2,700. 27,000 times 4 divided by 3 is 36,000. If I multiply the pi into that, I get 113,097.3355. So if I'm rounding to the nearest cubic inch, I get 113,097. The hardest part is the calculator, I promise. All right, so we're going to be working backwards. The volume of a sphere is 4,200 cubic feet. What is the surface area? So the correct formula for volume of a sphere is not 4/3 pi r squared, but it is 4/3 pi r cubed. Volume is the cube, always. So we are going to substitute the volume into our formula. So where this V is, we're going to substitute in 4,200. The hardest part is the algebra on this component. If I have a fraction, to solve and get rid of the fraction, I have to multiply by the reciprocal. So I get 3 times 4,200 divided by 4 equals pi r cubed. Then I divide by pi. So when I'm doing this on my calculator, I go 3 times 4,200 divided by 4 equals 3,150. So then I can write this as 3,150, and I divide it by pi. And I get 1,002.676. So now that I'm at 1,002.676, I take the cubed root, and on my calculator it is, and I get 10.0089. So to find the surface area, I take that amount, square it, and times it by 4 pi. So we're going to square it, times it by 4 times pi. And we get 1258.878. If we round that correctly, we get 1,258.9 square feet. And that is volume of surface area, volume and surface area of a sphere.